Hello and welcome to the Drywall podcast. I'm your host, Nick Harmon, with you once again for our 11th podcast. We have Chad Hesser of Hesser Drywall out of Illinois with us today. Chad is the only person that has done the pilgrimage down to Albuquerque to learn a little bit about Fresco Harmony. And from that, he went back and has sold over 25,000 square feet of Fresco Harmony in his area up in Illinois. He's gotten into plastering, and he's worked a lot with TrimTech specialty products. Chad Hesser is a fantastic finisher. Feather, you pulled a list out of a hat, and it said drywall finisher, and you were like, that's what I'm going to be.
No, I actually started out, got a bachelor's in psychology. I was going to be a counselor, but just never really panned out. But growing up, one of my best friends, his dad was a finisher, and then he became a finisher, and so did his brother. So I just kind of jumped into it one day just to go help him out. Of course, probably about 3 or 4 trips going to work with him, I said I'd never do drywall again, but
yeah. Love talking drywall with Chad Hesser. The Drywall podcast is brought to you by Fresco Harmony. Fresco Harmony, making walls better since 2004. If you'd like to try some Fresco Harmony for free, you can email us at info@frescoharmony.com and simply request a sample pack. Without further ado, Chad Hesser of Hesser Drywall on our 11th podcast on the Drywall podcast. Let's get into it. Chad Hesser, Hesser Drywall in the house.
how's it going?
Good. How are you? You're going from your truck.
Yeah, we working on a basement around my area here and don't have any signal down there, so I took off and now I'm parked in the mall.
Oh man, thanks for working with me on the date. These things are challenging to nail down.
Yeah.
It's Friday though. You don't need an excuse to get away from the job site, right?
I'm
No.
the boss, right?
That's right. That's right. How are you doing today?
Trying to stay cool. It's a little over 90 degrees with the heating index at 105, so
Okay.
nice.
Yep. It's toasty down here too. For sure. For sure. And so what are you working on right now?
It's working on some water damage in buddy of mine's basement. Then got a couple big houses we're getting ready to start probably tomorrow. So
But you don't hang. You have people that hang, right?
yeah, I got about 2 different guys I call for hanging. Yeah, we just finished.
Nice. And you have how many employees?
2 right now.
2. Do you have the girl still?
Yep, she's still there.
What's her name?
Megan.
Megan. Shout out to Megan. And then we also have, who else we got?
Kenny's the other guy.
Kenny. How long has Kenny been with you?
He's been around about 4 years now.
4 years. And did you train Kenny from start, or Megan? I think you trained, right? You're training her.
Megan I trained, and Kenny, he's been around drywall for about 25, 30 years now. So he's a veteran.
He's your pro.
Yeah.
But he's not as good as you, right? No.
That's going as well.
How's Megan coming along? She was like kind of like an apprentice, right?
Yeah. She's doing pretty good. She's better on like the hand finishing side. I mean, I've had her run some boxes and whatnot, but yeah. Okay. For the most part, we do most of the heavy lifting, so it's hard for me to get her in the routine of doing things when it's so easy for me and him just to do it. But now gets in there and gets dirty right there with us. So yeah.
You have to give her stuff. You have to like give because it's all practice.
Oh yeah.
So she's got to, you got to give her some sticks of bead to run. You got to give her like, now, are you guys putting on the corner bead or no?
Yeah, we do all that.
Okay.
That's her job. She'll, starting out a job, we start taping, and a lot of times I'll have both of them on stilts. That way I can just run through the ceilings real quick, and then we're all back on the floor.
Okay.
And usually by the time we get back on the floor, me and Kenny will take off on our own, and I'll have her go around and start putting on beads and stuff like that.
You use tape on corner bead?
Trim Tex. We use the jumbo corner for the most part.
Trim Tex jumbo bullnose corner?
No, just regular bullnose or regular jumbos.
Regular 90 jumbo. Why the jumbo? I'm not familiar with that.
Every once in a while we do some commercial, and sometimes when they hang the double 5/8, it's easier to get the jumbo to fit the corners.
Okay.
With the regular Trim Tex beads, even if the hanging's just a little bit off, it's easier to have a jumbo to make sure we get the complete coverage. Plus, it helps with cracking issues too, having that bigger flange.
Okay. Yeah. So the flange is how much bigger is the jumbo versus a regular?
I will say it's almost twice the size.
Okay. That holds everything steady on that corner.
Oh yeah. It's easier to install too. So.
Okay. But maybe a little bit more expensive, but not enough to matter.
Not enough to matter. I mean, you get 10 sticks less in a box and it's about the same price. But
okay,
it saves a lot of time and effort, especially when it comes to, say, like we got a lot of contractors around here that likes to hang their own drywall, and obviously they're a little rough around the edges. So when it comes to putting on corners, sometimes we struggle a bit with corners, but yeah, it is what it is.
Okay. All right, cool. So how did you get into the trade? Well, wait, first, have you heard some of the podcasts yet? I asked you this yesterday, but you've heard a couple of them.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on the podcast? You like it?
Yeah, it's kind of nice here and kind of different business formats, how people do things different, and then just like daily struggles. I mean, we all got them, so it's kind of cool knowing there's more people out there that has the same problems every day. But it's
I think it's pretty cool. It's cool hearing how different people do it. I'm surprised at like the people that just do like patching, like both of the guys from Florida, pretty much they're just like, we just do patching, or the dudes that'll do like, patching versus like, I always just assumed, everybody does residential new construction. Like that's what you do, but that's not the case. Some people work in the union. Some people run their own business doing new construction. You do a little bit of both.
Do anything. Well, basically from a hole in the wall, we would do all kinds of patchwork.
Listen to the entire podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and also Podbean. If you have a hankering to tell your story on the Drywall podcast, you can reach out to me personally at info@frescoharmony.com. Today's podcast was brought to you by Fresco Harmony, making walls better since 2004. Fresco Harmony is the first color line for drywall joint compound in the world. Thank you for joining the Drywall podcast today, our 11th episode with Chad Hesser. Join us next week as we welcome Robert McLaughlin, or Rob Mack as he's known on social media. And remember, keep drywalling.